In this video, I'm going to teach you how to make a triangular prism or a ramp for your mini skateboard. Step number one is to take a 3-inch strip of cardboard like this one and draw a line 8 1/4 inches down. If you need to know exactly what that looks like, it's got a ruler printed on there as well, but I'm going to show you up close on a real ruler too. The first thing you should know about using a ruler is you should always start at the 0 line. So right here on the inches side, this represents 0 inches, this long line right here. Sometimes it'll have the number 0 on there, but sometimes it won't. These long lines represent inch marks. So right now you can see the number right next to the long line, that's an inch. And then this is 2 inches and 3 inches. So I'm gonna take my 3-inch cardboard strip and I'm gonna show you how to line up the 0. So you're going to take your cardboard and line it up right here at the 0-inch line. Make sure you hold down your cardboard and your ruler so that they don't slide apart. Now I'm simply just going to move it over, making sure that they're not separating. And I'm going to show you how to find 8 1/4 inches. So I'll zoom in right here. So right here is 8 inches, but we need 8 1/4. So if you look at in between 8 and 9 inches, this represents 8 1/2 right in the middle. And if you look at 8 inches and 8 1/2, in between there's another line that's kind of long. This would actually represent 8 1/4. Because if you think about it, 2 quarters, like 1, 2, would equal 50 cents. Like if you're thinking about it in terms of money. But yeah, this would be 8 1/4. I just made a little mark. So now I'm just gonna go to my cardboard again and take your ruler, line up to 0, and then go to 8 1/4 again, and just make a mark near the top of your cardboard. So now that I have 2 lines just like this, you're gonna take your ruler and line them up so they're just sitting on top of the line of the ruler, and draw a line going through both of them. Just like that. Okay, and then we can move on. This says to cut and discard the extra cardboard, so whatever's underneath. We'll do that later. I'm just gonna write cut. So step number 2, you're gonna draw a line 4 inches down from the top. And I'm gonna show you that on here. So you're gonna take your cardboard, take your ruler, line it up at the 0, and make a mark right at 4 inches. So this long line, just make a mark. Move it to the top of your cardboard, line up to 0, and make a mark at 4 inches. And then now that you have your 2 tick marks, it's just rinse and repeat. You just take your ruler and draw a line going through both tick marks. There you go. Step number 3. Divide the top portion in half, which is this section, the top portion, by drawing a line 1 1/2 inches from the left. So notice in this diagram, the ruler is going across the strip like this. So let's just zoom in a little bit. So you're gonna take your ruler on that last line that we just made, line up to 0, and you'll notice that this lines up with 3 inches because it's a 3-inch strip. We're trying to find 1 1/2. If you go to 1 inch and 2 inch, right in the middle, this longer line represents 1 1/2. So go to the top of your cardboard, line up to 0, line up to 3. This is 1 1/2. Now that you have 2 lines, you can just take your ruler, line up the tick marks, and then just draw a line going through the 2 of them. There you go. Okay, step number 4. On the top right rectangle, so this one, draw a line diagonally from the top right corner to the bottom left corner. So for this, just take your ruler, line up the top right corner and the bottom left corner. Make sure you really line it up nice, and then just draw a line connecting the 2. There you go. Okay, step number 5. This is actually the last step before you assemble it. Draw a line 3 inches from the top. And we're talking about this rectangle this time. So I'll just go right here. I'm just going to rotate it this way so you can see it better. Take your ruler, line up the 0, and then make a mark at 3 inches. And then, of course, just go to the top of my little rectangle and make a mark at 3 inches again. Now that I have 2 marks, I just take my ruler and I line them up. And I just draw a line connecting the 2. And this is all that you'll need for right now. And then you'll cut and assemble later, but that's all you got.